So you are ready to hear about the many different characters in Rome 2, Divide Et Impera, and how they influence your economy. We're gonna cover provincial governors, diplomats, generals and much more. Of course, with an emphasis on bringing in the most income per turn. As always, I will say thank you to Somari and Ptolemy Sotar for making this crazy guide and spending so much time on it. And with that said, let's begin. The income generated in all your economy provinces we specified in the last video can be further augmented by assigning governors in each region of the province. A governor is essentially a general with no army that is garrisoned inside a city of the region. In time, they will garner experience and level up, becoming more efficient in managing the region and offering good modifiers to boost the economy output of the region and province overall. First, I suggest focusing on taxation along with wealth from income sources. And then as your empire expands and you incur more empire maintenance, you can then begin to sink your skill points into countering that modifier. Furthermore, there is a wide range of traits these generals can have. Therefore, Somari has been so kind to point out 4 examples worth looking out for. The first is Ambitious Magistrate, as it is the best for commerce specialized provinces, giving 8% modifiers to commerce and tax rate in the province. Second, we have Master Traders, which is good for industry and commerce specialized provinces, giving a whopping 10% boost to industry and commerce. Not to forget the insane boost to tariff income faction-wide. Third is the Demesioi, which is one of the most powerful, as all the modifiers it offers are faction-wide and not just for the local province. Lastly, he points out Treasurer, as it is good for whenever none of the others are available. All of the above mentioned traits and skills will also help with public order in your provinces. As you have one general or admiral in each region, it will in turn yield enough public order that you won't need to build any buildings for it, and thus allow you to sustain the province setup mentioned in part 3. For diplomats, which is an agent variant, we can say the exact same as for the governor. They get experience by being activated through the leftmost button in the center with an eagle on it. Other than that, just focus on taxation, wealth from income sources, and then move on to empire maintenance once your empire grows larger. For the generals themselves, there are countless choices to choose from, all very good in their own way. Some might even be better for your personal playstyle. But in the case of economy, there is one clear-cut way Somari approached this by. In the document itself, he explains the reason why you should prefer this skill tree build over some of the other possibilities. For example, in terms of the Spartans, a second-class Periorikoi hoplite has a base upkeep of 182 gold per turn, while a first-class Homoioi hoplite has a base upkeep of 207 gold per turn. Factor in the minus 15% army upkeep, and now the Homoioi hoplites cost only 172 gold per turn, even cheaper than the Periorikoi hoplites. This is basically an upgrade. He then refers to the way more expensive civilian armored elephants, costing 750 gold per turn. With this skill tree setup, they will cost 120 gold less. That should be enough to buy a mid-tier spearman, basically allowing you to play like the AI does with Rome. He also talks about other traits to pick up afterwards, but those you can see for yourself in the document once all 5 videos are posted. Champions will also be able to help lower the upkeep for your armies, if placed in them. Still, their main focus will be to give experience to your units, making them stronger over time. Spies are only gonna influence your economy in the early game. If you deploy them in neutral or enemy territory, they will steal food for your nation making it possible to sustain higher tier buildings than otherwise. However, they will still focus on scouting terrain for your armies once you have your own designated food region. That is all I am gonna cover in terms of characters. I really hope you learned something from this video and this guide overall. We've covered everything you need to know now, and you can make your own trade empire if you want. All we need to do is point out the best provinces and rate them from best to worst in terms of economy. And that we will cover in the final part of this series. But until then, goodbye and spread happiness.